You know, when you think about what makes a building great, your mind probably jumps to the big stuff, the cool design, the giant windows, maybe the location. But what about the walls themselves? I mean, the real challenge in building anything is getting a wall that's strong, safe, and efficient. So what if you could have it all?
Sounds kind of like science fiction, right? A material that's got the muscle of concrete, but it's also lightweight. And it doesn't leak heat like a sieve. Well, that question isn't just a fantasy. It's the exact problem that a lot of smart people have been trying to solve for years.
And here it is. This is the answer. It's called autoclaved, lightweight, aerated concrete. Yeah, I know it's a mouthful, but the name actually tells you everything. It's a type of concrete that's pumped full of air, or aerated, to make it light, and then it's cured in a special high-pressure oven called an autoclave. Now, you're probably thinking, this is some super niche, experimental stuff. But nope. This material, which a lot of people know by the brand name Hebel, is a total workhorse in modern architecture. It's used for everything: exterior walls, interior walls, even floors and roofs. It's one of those amazing things that's kind of hiding in plain sight.
Okay, so how on earth do you make concrete light enough to basically float, but still strong enough to hold up a building? The secret? Well, it's all in the bubbles. It's a fascinating process that's part chemistry, part clever engineering. It's really like watching an industrial ballet. First, you take these simple, raw materials, silica, cement, lime, and mix them into a slurry. A steel mesh gets laid in there for extra strength, and then, here comes the magic. A tiny bit of aluminum powder is added, and just like yeast making bread rise, this powder reacts and creates millions of tiny separate air bubbles. The whole mixture expands into this big, lightweight cake. Then, while it's still soft, it's cut with incredible precision into panels before heading off to the final and most important step.
And this, right here, is the heart of the whole operation. The panels are rolled into these enormous, high-pressure steam chambers, the autoclaves. Inside, intense heat and pressure go to work, forging a whole new crystalline structure in the material. This is what locks in its incredible strength and stability. It's not just aerated concrete anymore when it comes out, it's a completely transformed, high-performance building block. Okay, so that's the science, it's cool. But what do all those little bubbles actually do for you, in the real world? Turns out, they do way more than just make the wall lighter. First up, let's talk safety. This stuff is made from inorganic minerals, so it just doesn't burn. A panel that's only about 3 inches thick can hold back a fire for a full hour. And in an emergency, that hour is absolutely critical. It's the kind of barrier that saves lives and property, no question. And what about just being comfortable? Well, all those tiny trapped air pockets we've been talking about, they give the material incredible thermal insulation. Seriously, it's like wrapping your house in a high-tech down jacket. It keeps you warmer in the winter and cooler in the summer. The numbers really tell the story here. Look at this. Compared to regular old concrete, ALC is nearly 5 times lighter. And check out thermal conductivity. Remember, lower is better here. ALC is 10 times more insulating. 10. It's not even close. It even does a better job of blocking sound, which just means a quieter, more peaceful home. So what does all this add up to for you? Well, the benefits are super direct. We're talking lower energy bills because your house isn't working so hard to stay warm or cool. You get serious peace of mind from that top-notch fire safety, and you just get a quieter, way more comfortable home to live in all year long. But, high performance is only half the story. You might be thinking, okay, a material this functional has to be pretty boring to look at, right? Wrong. ALC is actually an amazing canvas for designers. The creative possibilities are just huge. You can start with all sorts of standard finishes, you can go for these really smooth, soft textures, or you can choose sharp, defined hard lines that give a building a really bold, modern feel. But it doesn't stop there. The panels can be grooved with all these different dynamic patterns. You can mix and match to create the look of custom tiles or massive stone blocks or even intricate mosaics. You get all that visual punch without all the crazy, complicated labor. And this is where it gets really fun. Using computer-controlled cutting tools, you can basically carve almost any design you can dream of right into the panels. All of a sudden, you're not limited to straight lines. You can have flowing curves, complex geometric shapes. The wall itself becomes a piece of art. This just blows the doors wide open for creative freedom. You can etch a company's logo right into the front of their headquarters. You could put playful characters on the side of a school, or just create these beautiful, intricate patterns that become part of the building's identity. The exterior isn't just a shell anymore. It's a literal canvas. So let's recap. We've got a material that's a high performer and it's beautiful, but you and I both know that in today's world, that's still not quite enough. The final piece of this amazing puzzle has to be sustainability. A product's story shouldn't just end once it's installed. This material is actually designed for a circular economy. That means any waste from a construction site, even the offcuts from the factory, they don't get tossed in a landfill. They're collected and fed right back into the beginning of the process as raw materials. It closes the loop and shrinks the environmental footprint in a big way.
And finally, and this is so important, a great material is only as good as the people who install it. To make sure every single wall performs the way it's supposed to, there's a whole support system built around it, including really tough training and certification for builders. This makes sure that quality and reliability are baked into the entire system, from the factory floor all the way to that finished wall on your house. So the next time you're walking down the street, take an extra second to look at the walls around you. They might be holding way more secrets than you think. A hidden story of chemistry, of smart engineering, and incredible design, all working together to make our spaces smarter, safer, and honestly, a lot more beautiful.